Hi, sorry, I had to find new lighting because my computer was dying. So, I'm on the floor again. Okay, so this is going to be part one of the whole BookCon videos. So, let me see. Let me start with, I guess, my experience. So, this was the first time I'd ever gone to any kind of convention. Like, I had tried to get into Comic-Con, but that was a bust because just those tickets just sold out like unrealistically fast. So I had heard about BookCon, or rather BEA, Power Reader Day, through BookTube. And then I looked it up and I saw it really wasn't that much money. Like when I bought tickets, it was around $30. So I was like, okay, I'll go. It's like $30. You're supposed to get free books. It's supposed to be really, really awesome. So, it's going to be worth it. And then I had also bought my boyfriend's ticket. So I had spent like $60 on, I guess, like the whole thing. Because I didn't spend any money while I was there. Because my boyfriend had paid for transportation and stuff. So I had originally bought tickets for BEA, Power Reader Day, but then it was changed to BookCon. I forget when. But it was changed to BookCon. But, so I had somewhat of an idea of what to expect, but not really. They kept sending emails about who was going to be there, so it's like you kind of already knew where the crowds were going to. Like, once you saw Cassandra Clare and John Green were going to be there, it's like, okay, everyone's just going to flock to those two. So, oh man, I'm sorry. I had an eye itch. So I was like, okay, I know what to avoid. So, my boyfriend didn't want to wake up that early, since it was a Saturday and he had worked the day before. So, originally, like, we were gonna go at 10, but then I was like, but check-in's at, like, 7 to 9, and the actual floor is only open until 9 to 3. So, I was like, I want to go there, this is the first time, I really want to get the whole experience. So, I was like, we kept changing the times, because he wanted to go late, and I wanted to go early, so then we compromised on, like, 8 o'clock, like, 8 o'clock to 8:30. So, we left the house around, like, 7:20ish, and then we were on the train station. It took us about an hour, and then we had to walk to the center, and it was kind of funny because basically when we got out of Penn Station, all we had to do was follow the people with backpacks. Like, there were herds. It was unreal. And like my boyfriend, because he doesn't read, so he turns to me and he's like, I didn't know people still read. I'm like, I told you it was going to be crowded. So we followed the herd of people with backpacks, and people have like regular backpacks, rolly backpacks. It was insane. And so we get there, and it's like you just see herds of people coming from all sides. And by the time we got there, it was like 9. So then we had to wait to get in. We had to wait in a line to get into the center itself. And then we had to wait in a line to like check in, like to get our tickets, because we had already printed them out. Will call, I think it was called. And then for some reason we had to wait in line again to get into the actual BookCon, and that line was huge. So it was kind of weird that they had a line to get into the BookCon when you already had your ticket, like when you already had your pass. So it was kind of weird, but at least we weren't in that line for like super long. And I will admit, because I didn't get to see the author that I really wanted to see, which was Janine Frost, who writes the Night Hunter series, as well as many other series. Because she was doing a signing from 9 to 10, and I could not find her. Because they had given us, like, these pamphlets, I guess, and they had, like, a map. Sorry, it's like, they had, like, oh my god, you know what? This lighting's terrible, you're not going to see it. But they had, like, a map of the center where the autograph and everything was going to be, and, who was going to be there and when. So they had it all like in this, and I just could not find her. I was so sad, and then it's like every line that I had started going on like into, like they either ran out of books or like they weren't signing anymore. So I was getting a little discouraged when I first like entered the BookCon itself. But then what turned it around? It was like, I think I went to the romance, women's romance writers, I think, section, and they were like autographing books, and so I went and I waited online, and it's like my boyfriend was with me, and I really wanted to get or to get an autographed copy from Jennifer L. Armentrout, who I had heard was going to be there, and she was doing an autograph session at like 11 to 12. So I was in line, and I had my boyfriend go on to that line. So we were separated for about a good hour and a half, because he was on that line for a good hour before he even got the autographed copy. And while he was doing that, I was like walking around, kind of just going on different lines, and that's when my day started to pick up a little bit. Like, I was starting to get books, I was starting to meet other people online, that I could talk to. And overall, I really liked it. It was I got what I expected, I had expected it to be really crowded. I had expected like certain panels and certain like autographing lines to be crazy. I saw Libba Bray, even though I tried to get into her line for the autographing of the Diviners, but I think that filled up within like 2 seconds. But I got to see her, and that was enough. Like, I got to see some independent, like, self-published authors, and everyone was really nice. Like, all the authors were super, super nice. So then it's like my boyfriend and I had met up, and then we were walking around and, waiting on some more lines, and I got some more autographed books, and I got some, like, I'll tell you in my haul. So this video is not, like, super, super long. But then we had decided, because he was, like, starving, and he was tired, and I was starting to get hungry, but we didn't really want to. The line for Starbucks was insane, and plus the prices of that were probably like super jacked up high. So he was like, what's one more thing that you want to do before we leave? And I wanted to do the romance / bad boy panel, because that was the one panel that I really, 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 really wanted to go to. So we go downstairs and we wait. It was around probably like 12:15ish that we were like started to go on the line, and then we were talking to people like next to us that were on the line, and then we finally get into the panel after like an hour. Sorry. And oh my god, the panel was fantastic. That's probably one of the highlights of my day, because it had Janine Frost. It had Jennifer L. Armentrout, Cora, I think, Cormick, and Sarah, I'm probably going to bash her last name, McLean. And they were wonderful together. Those ladies were hilarious. Oh my god, they had the whole panel cracking up. And they also had cool giveaways, and also at the end of the panel they had they gave us tote bags with 4 books in it, like one by each author, which was pretty nice. That was really generous of them. Like, they didn't have to do that. So, and then after that we pretty much just left, and then it started to rain. And like we went to go eat, and then we went home. But I had like a really good experience. Like, I got what I expected. I at least got my money's worth. So I would definitely go again. I mean, sure, I understand that some people were really disappointed about the Fault in Our Stars panel because apparently they were overselling tickets to ticketed events, and yeah, that is their fault. But it also was their first time doing this type of event, this BookCon. So I'm thinking next year they're gonna like see what needs to really be improved upon, and it's just gonna be even better. So overall, I really enjoyed my experience. I feel like I did get my money's worth. And overall, it was just a really nice day, and I got to do something different that I normally don't get to do. So I really enjoyed it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So if you guys have any like questions about how BookCon was, how we got there. Oh, I forgot to show you the pass because the passes are actually really nice. They gave us a lanyard, and then it had, I guess, the guy who is running the whole event. Wow, you can actually see that one. Okay. And then this, let me see. Can I get it? Somewhat. I somewhat got it. I guess that's about as good as it's gonna get. And that's the other side. It has the adult, and then it also has the panel hours and the show floor hours, and then, all of the social network stuff on it. So, and then I put some of the pins that I got on it. So, yeah, this one just fell off. But honestly, I had a really good time, and like I said, I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I will cut this video short now because it's going on to 12 minutes, and that's just way too long of a video. So now I will go and do part 2. So I know this is what you are all looking forward to because everyone loves book hauls. Alright, see you in like 2 seconds.